Hello everyone and welcome to Wednesday. Because we got in late last night and we were unable to, see the yard, we decided to get up and, take a look at what the destruction was. From inside of the house there was nothing, so we wanted to see if there was anything out here. Branches. Okay. We can live with branches. There's a lot of branches. Matt put the bird feeder back so the birds could enjoy a snack again. Doesn't look like there's, I think as far as the water goes, too much water. Matt's a little concerned because these are here and there was a little water inside of the kitchen right there. Hi, Kep. And she was thinking it maybe water got in, but I don't think the water got that high. I think it was a situation where...
But no, it looked like it was like pushed up and then receded. But also there's a lot pushed up right against the house here. And even up into this.
I mean...
Like, see all this?
Maybe
this is all wet.
I mean, maybe the water did get that high, but I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I think the water was just... The rain was coming down so hard right here that it seeped under the door. Because if it was coming up that high, why didn't we have more water inside? We had almost none.
Yeah.
So, I think my allergies are really bothering me today, which is exciting. Not thrilled about that. We had a really good sleep. I mean, we slept like rocks.
We woke up confused.
We woke up confused because we were in our own beds again, and it was weird for that to happen. Ow.
Sorry, did I whack you with that branch?
You whapped me with that branch. Now we're going to get up with my parents and go get something to eat. Since we lost power, everything in the fridge and freezer is spoiled, so it's all going to be thrown out. I'll probably get to the dump later today to get rid of that because it smells not good. But probably clean up the yard. There's, I mean, you can see this crap. Dig out the rake later. You can see it's like all through there, but I mean that's it, like that was the damage, so not bad. Huh? Oh yeah, there's some siding across the pond in the neighbor's place, but I'm gonna get together with my parents, go out and get some lunch, and then slowly but surely put stuff back together inside because everything is still torn down. Came to IHOP. We haven't been here in a while. They've changed their menu completely and there's new pancakes. I forget what this one's called, but I tried it and it was good. What is this one?
Vanilla spice.
Vanilla spice. It's very mild. It's okay. That's what Mal got. I got Mexican tres leches. So it's got like vanilla and caramel and they're amazing. I would definitely get those again. Otherwise, you guys got omelets. I'm jealous of that one. That's the Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorites. I try to avoid that now because it's so much eggs, but it's just super delicious food. It's nice to have a hot meal and not have to worry about drive-thrus. The shelves in Walmart are a little bare. The produce and stuff, particularly from across the store that we saw, didn't look like there was much. This is where all the cat litter is, and we needed cat litter. This is the last one, which is good. This is the brand they use, so that's it. Glad we managed to get one at least. This whole section is empty. There's not very much food on the shelves up here. Probably a lot of stuff just had to be, thrown out because they lost power for so long. That's my guess. Beyond a few things like some sodas, everything's gotta get thrown out. We got new stuff to put in there, so that's good, but we have to take all the stuff over to the dump and get rid of it. Good opportunity to wipe out the fridge and the freezer though, so that's nice. We just opened the thing of salsa because we were enjoying that last night before bed, so yeah, gotta get rid of a lot of these condiments. Poor condiments. So a few hours later, in a little update, we had a ton of garbage that we needed to throw away, most of it being spoiled stuff from the freezer or fridge, mostly the fridge. And I've talked about it a little bit before, but we don't have curbside pickup here. We actually have like a recycling center that we have to take our trash to. That's just how it works. It's confused people on the vlog before, but that's how it operates here. And they're always open till 7. They're always open till 7. And we figured, they may not be open today because there was flooding, in the area and stuff like that. But we checked online. There was no flooding on the road. And they said, we are open. And we said, okay, cool. So we got there at 5. As we pulled up, it's like 5 o'clock, 5:01. They are closing the gate. And I'm like, have my blinker on to turn in. And the guy's like, no, get out. And I'm like, what the crap? So Mal checks the Facebook page for the recycling center again. And at some point between when we had checked it earlier today and then, they said, oh, we're closing at 5. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But whatever. So now we have the trash for another day. So we'll just take it tomorrow, I guess. The other thing that we've been doing is basically cleaning this room, because we haven't cleaned this room thoroughly since we moved in. Because once you get stuff in here, and you've got like equipment and TVs and monitors and all this stuff, like you don't really clean. You just it just exists. So it's been 2 years now, and we're finally like redoing everything, cleaning up all this stuff. We've vacuumed everything in here. I'm getting some of the stuff off of my desk so I can clean everything super thoroughly. And the other thing I discovered is that there's a ton of stuff on my desk I don't need. A lot of it was from whenever I had moved to the MacBook Pro. I had got like different dongles and adapters and things like that, and then there were some things that didn't work for my needs, so I got different things. And some of those other things just continued to exist on the desk. When I was still using the Hackintosh, there was cables and even drives and stuff that have been on that desk that I'm not using at all. So this is actually really nice. Whenever I clean up this desk and take care of everything, it's going to be a much nicer, sleeker setup than I had before. So trying to look on the bright side of all these little things. Did it suck to tear down this room completely? It did, but now that we're here, it's like, well, we might as well clean this room thoroughly. And we are. I'm also going to make sure that whenever we start to put consoles back here, that we don't put consoles that we're not actively using. So, what was the oops?
The mic clip.
It's fine. So we're going to put the Xbox One for Fallout and the Wii U for Mario there.
Do I get to put the game systems I want in the living room so I can play them?
Yeah, if we're not using it, yes. And they're all boxed up. They're all in the closet and boxed up. So now's an easier time than ever to do that. And the cats are a little confused because this room has never really looked like this before, so they're wondering what's going on. Several hours later, and I do mean several hours later, I'm both astounded that it took that long, but I'm also very happy with the result. The room is reborn, and I say reborn because not only is it clean, which is very important, but also I've rewired a few things, I've taken a few things out of the setup that was no longer necessary, and the stuff that I did plug back in, I've been very meticulous with how I did it. I got cables in very particular orders, I used cable ties on basically everything, and it's just a breath of fresh air for this room, which feels really great. So, Mal's stuff, she set up her own stuff, and it's whatever. That's her stuff. It's all back exactly the way it was. My stuff, however, is quite different. My chair mat's gone because my chair mat has been screwed up almost since I got it. It kept sliding to the right, and there was a huge bubble, like it had like a big, tidal wave type thing on the right. It was awful, so I decided to just remove it. The problem is these mats, I've had some in the past that had spikes on the bottom. These didn't. These were like sticky on the bottom, and that's caused a pretty big problem over there because now it feels sticky. It's almost like if you've ever been in an environment where people get hairspray on carpet, it feels like that. Anyone who's been in that environment knows that after hairspray is on carpet, like if you're in a bathroom that's carpeted, then hairspray sticks to the carpet, you get out of the shower, and your feet stick to the carpet. That's what that is, basically, except it wasn't hairspray. So that's unfortunate, but I'll try and figure out a way to get rid of that sticky, or I'll get a different mat to cover it or something. Anyway, so that's set up. this is all set up. There's a bunch of stuff that was taken out of the equation because there's a bunch of stuff over here. Mal used to use these speakers for her Windows computer, or rather she had them hooked up. She never actually used them, so those have been taken out. There's a bunch of other cables and stuff that's been taken out. I had a bunch of spare hard drives I wasn't using, so those are gone. One of the bigger things I changed is I put the audio interface on the side here. It was sitting on the coffee table. Coffee table's not out yet because there's still games piled on top of it in there, so I'm just going to deal with that another day. But I'm putting that here for now. The BPHS1 headset I normally use, I just put back here, which was a good little spot for it. You can see maybe pretty well that I've got things like cable tied back there, and I've got things cable tied down below. It's just very organized and neat, and it makes my heart sing, which is good. I'm very tired, and I got to get up in the morning to do breakfast stream, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, but I'm happy with how this all turned out, and it was unfortunate that we had to evacuate. It was unfortunate that we had to like tear everything down, but this was good because it forced us to clean, and it forced me to rethink everything here and set it up completely differently, and I really like what I did with it. All of this stuff will need a new home, but it's too late tonight to deal with that, so that'll have to come another day, maybe tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?